Right, so in this video, we're going to go through building an installation file or Windows installation file for GeoServer, and also go through installing GeoServer as well with that installation file that we built. In the past, GeoServer didn't always have a Windows installation file available. It depended on how many resources they had at the time to actually build the Windows installation file. So a lot of the time you had to build the installation file yourself, just following some instructions. The instructions weren't always clear, so it might have put a lot of people off at the time. So I'll just show you an example. Just open GeoServer with just your browser of choice. So we're just going to use Chrome in this case. I've just got an example of a GeoServer version that doesn't have a Windows installation file. So this is 24th of February 2020. You can see there's no Windows installation file as a package, but you'll see one of the latest ones, 21st of July 2023, does have a Windows installation file. So that makes it a lot easier. We're just going to look at this example here where there's no installation file, and we'll just follow the instructions. So just in a separate tab, I've got the instructions open. I'll try and create some notes that go alongside this video as well, like a supplement document. So I'll try and add this link into that document, and then have them both together, just the video and the supplement document. Right, so we're just going to follow these instructions, and then just hopefully there's no issues along the way, but then we should have a bookmark for GeoServer on our browser of choice as a bookmark. Right, so the first step is to download and install NSYS. So we'll just do that first. When the installation wizard just appears, just follow the instructions, or you can follow the step-by-step that I'm doing here. So agree, insta full install, and wherever you want to install that program file. Finish. So that's a fairly quick installation. Then we can just press X on this and the user manual. We close that tab off as well. It's actually, my instructions are just behind that. So the next step is to install the NSYS Access Control plugin. Right, so we're going to follow what it is mentioning here. So we've just downloaded the zip. So we're just going to extract the DLL files. So we'll do that now. The instruction should usually tell you where that is stored as well. Or you can just use File Explorer to search for this file. So there's multiple access control DLL files, so we'll just hold off from that for now. And we'll need to copy that into the Nsys plugins directory. So we'll just try and find this as well. Okay, so it was looking for program files, or is actually within program files x86. So just a minor change in the file path in File Explorer there. So we just need to double check that we're actually copying across the correct access control DLL into that folder. Right, so what we'll do is just create a copy of one of these. So at the moment, I've just created a copy of AMD 64-Unicode, the DLL file within this, so which is this one. So we'll just press Control X, Control V. Originally, I just created a copy of that. So make sure you've at least got the original in here as well. And then that should be the end of step 2. So step 3 is just mentioning that we need to download and unzip the binary GeoServer package. So let's go back to 2.15.5, download the platform independent binary. So it's this one here. So once that's downloaded, let's just go into File Explorer, then Downloads to just extract that. So once that's extracted, let's go back to the instructions. So just in terms of step 4, that's looking for this one here. So that's the source code. So we would just download the zip file for that. So once that's installed as downloaded, I mean, we can just go back into downloads and just extract that one as well. Right, so once that's finished downloading, we just and extracting, we can just go back to the instructions. So we've downloaded and unzipped the binary package and also the source package. Right, so we just need to be a bit careful with which files we're copying across as well. So license text, let's do that one first. So it's from the source GeoServer package. So that will be the one that we've just downloaded and unzipped. So let's go into that one. We're looking for license text. So I'm guessing it's this one. Just open a new file explorer. So the same directory level as start.jar. So we just paste the license file in here. So that might not be the correct license file. So let's just make sure we're going into src release installer and win. So let's put a hold on that one. src release installer. Win, and then there should be a license file within here. Oh, sorry, that's these following files. Yeah, let's do these ones first. So NSI file gs.ico header.bmp side underscore left splash four wrapper files. So yeah, it'll be all of these, and then the server license text file. Yep. So basically all the files within src release install win we need to copy across. All right. So should we just copy this one? Paste it here. Go to the beginning of this. Yep. The license file. src release GPL text. Place that in here as well. Let's replace the file in the destination. And also that license file. And let's just replace the file in the destination. All right, so now we're on step 6, where we just need to right click on the installer file, install a script. So that's the GeoServer exe.nsi. And we just need to compile script. Which is the one that we've just copied across. So if you got Windows 11, just go into show more options, then compile nsys script. Right, so that compiler script didn't work because we didn't copy across the correct DLL file. So just make sure it's the correct DLL file, which will be the ANSI DLL file. I think I've got that here. Yeah, the I386-ANSI. So make sure it's this one that you copy across to program files x86. Sys plugins. Yeah, and then paste it in here. Just override that one. So if we go back to GeoServer exe, the nsys script file, let's just compile that script again. Right, so as it mentioned in that error just now, it was looking for the DLL file within i386 Unicode as well. So just make sure we copy across this too. So if we go back into GeoServer and try to compile the script again. Perfect. And now that's been installed. So yeah, the key thing in that process, just make sure all the DLL files are copied across. Sure, it mentions that um, in the instructions, but it's not clear that all of those DLL files have to be copied across, and it doesn't specify where those have to be copied across. So yeah, just make sure you're doing the ANSI and also the Unicode DLL files. I think that's all of the DLL files that can be copied across. Yeah, so 2 in total. So just make sure both of those copied across, and then we should get that green light for the compiler for the installer. So let's go ahead and test the installer. Right, so that's perfect. We've just created the installation file, so I'll just press cancel on this, and let's just have a look at the where that's saved to. Yeah, so you'll be able to see that an installation file has been created recently, which is this GeoServer 2.15. So that's perfect. We can just double click on that and begin installing GeoServer. Right, a key thing when we're installing GeoServer is that we need to have a Java runtime environment. So if we don't have one installed already, we need to install that runtime environment. So as I mentioned earlier, I've reset my laptop, so didn't have runtime already installed. So we'll do that now. So we just follow the link that they provide. We just need to download and install the correct Java runtime environment for our PC. Right, so make sure we go into Windows. And it will be x64, but let's do the installer file. So just ignore these two. Let's just go straight to the installer. So the .exe. You can delete this exe file from your downloads after this has been installed. So just follow the instructions for this. Default's usually going to be in your C drive, then program files, wherever the operating system's installed. Close. So if we just go back to the GeoServer install, So what we have to do here is, let's just close off some of these. We just need to find where we've just installed that. So C drive, program files. So yep, it would be within program files, Java, JDK-20. So let's just try this file path first. Just wondering what's the lowest folder that we can go to. Okay, so yeah, it has to be that one. Just going to try the bin. Yep, so the bin doesn't work. It's just JDK-20. That's the folder that it's requiring. So it can identify the Java runtime environment. So then we press next. Data directory. This is usually a key folder where you need to decide where you want to put all your data. So this folder could be huge when you're in the flow of using GeoServer. So just be careful where you're locating your data directory. What you might want to do is just have an external, or you might already have an inbuilt SSD in your PC, or if you've got a laptop, then just have an external SSD. It might be helpful to have the data directory stored on that SSD, because as I mentioned, the data directory folder can be huge when you're in the flow of actually using GeoServer. At the moment, I'll just keep it as this one, so press next. These can be changed over time, but the default is admin GeoServer as the username and password. Port default is 8080. What works a lot better is just installing as a service, so then you don't have to manually start and stop GeoServer. So just make sure you select install as a service. Just look at all these details, just make sure you're happy with all of those, and then we can press install. So that's brilliant. That's all installed now. So then we can just press finish. So if we do search GeoServer, should be able to see that we've got, we can start or stop GeoServer, but since we've installed it as a service, we don't have to worry about that. So let's just go back to the instructions. Yep, it stops here, but essentially we can find the GeoServer service on our localhost. So let's type in localhost 8080 /GeoServer. Yep, so this is the link that you need to actually access GeoServer. So it might be worth copying that or making a note of it. But I'll try and add it into the supplement guide with this video as well. Yeah, so if you don't already have it as a bookmark, I would recommend that you just bookmark that. Yeah, the username will just be the default admin, and then password would be GeoServer, but I'd recommend that you just update that as well. So perfect, that's all installed. Yeah, so just in this video, I just wanted to go through actually building the installation file and installing it. So it's good that we've got to this stage, and then can potentially have a look at going through the functionality of GeoServer as well in the future. So perfect. Thanks for that.